Today we're going to do another game jam. I mean, 2 game jams in a row. We can do this. I believe in us. And I think one thing I'm also going to try to do for this game jam that I have not done before is something I'm going to call my template system. I think it's more of a generic excuse for me to not use libraries, but I'd rather use my own code anyways. So I think my excuse holds. But anyways, so first up, before anything else, one thing I want to do is let's take a look at the game jam. So again, this is a game jam. We're doing a game jam again. Also, let me make sure I have my my Twitch chat up and running. Let's get that chat. There we go. Bring it over here for right now. And oh, I nearly forgot. Let's let Discord know that I'm live. Let's go with Outpost. And I'm gonna say there we go. Okay. Anyways, everybody knows I'm live. And wait, I don't have stream avatars up. You guys probably want stream avatars, right? Oh, not Streamlabs. What am I doing? Stream avatars. But yes, so today we're going to be doing a game jam. And the game jam is a dungeon crawler game jam. Don't know why Streamlabs is not opening up. Anyways, oh, it's running. But the game jam specifically is a dungeon crawler, and the theme is I have several themes to pick from. I actually haven't given this much thought, so we're going to start today's stream by discussing a possible theme. So here are the 4 themes I can pick: Infinity and the Endless, Ancient Ruins, Solitude, and Cosmic Horror. Those are the options I have to go off of right now. Make sure my YouTube chat up as well. Let's connect the Twitch chat, and now Stream Avatars is up. There we go. I can see my little guy. Look at him go. Wait, can you guys see him? Yeah, you guys can see him. I'll put him in the corner. Stay in the corner. There we go. Okay, my computer is acting up right now. I don't know why it is doing this. Stay. Huh? Okay, 1 second. It's like it's centering my stream avatar screen. I move it over here. Okay. That is very frustrating. Okay, you guys cannot see what I'm saying, but what's happening is I'm trying to get this stream avatars thing to be centered, and it is refusing. I'll do it this way, because this way apparently is working. I'm not sure if they updated or something, or why it's acting like this. Very, very bizarre to me. Okay, that should do. And I'm going to copy this onto every single thing. 1 second. I just want to make sure that you guys can. There we go. Okay. Now we're all set. Now everything is looking good. Okay, back to my face though. So another thing, actually I wanted to show you guys this thing because I found this out this morning, and it's not a good solution, but it's a hilarious solution. So last stream, in passing, I made a comment that what if you could make pixel art in Microsoft Paint? Turns out you can. And it's kind of cursed, and it doesn't let you zoom in more than I'm showing you right now. It actually might be better on this screen. Let me bring it over here. Actually, no, this is a lot better. Marginally so. But maybe we'll do a project where I will make all my art in Microsoft Paint. And that sounds painful, but it also sounds kind of fun. I think for this project, though, we're going to stick with my good old Piskel. We'll have to make art for this project, by the way. So, let me also bring up the code, or bring up the jam so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'll keep you guys in the loop. Also, yeah, okay. Let me show you guys the jam. So the jam is this one, the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2024. And one of the bigger requirements of the jam is that I follow this style of animation or whatever, where we essentially show motion in these very, very discrete steps. One of the things I gotta do for this actually is I gotta figure out exactly how to create this. So I'm seeing, so Chris Ball is saying if you have 96 or 98 paint, or you can zoom to your heart's content. So I need to downgrade my Microsoft Paint to make it more usable. Okay. Can I wait? I'll find a better Microsoft Paint. I'm also not like super. I'm not like tied to Microsoft Paint. I like it mainly because it's pre-installed, and I think if I'm trying to explain to someone how to do stuff, it's nice to give them stuff that on their computer they're guaranteed to have. That's part of the reason why I use Notepad. But I'm also not tied to it to the point where I'd actually like care to really find another installation of it and make it work out. I honestly just thought it was kind of funny that you can do this in Paint. I'm probably still going to use it, but primarily for like explanations and so on. But yeah, that's the long and short of the Microsoft Paint stuff. Anywho, let me just fill in this for later. And with all that being said and done, let's get some code ready. Well, I guess, yeah, let's start coding, and then we can worry about making the dungeon crawler, figuring out how the mechanics are going to work. So let's start by doing my usual, setting up the HTML file. One thing I also want to do on today's stream, I don't know at what point or how we're going to do this, but I do want to start introducing stuff involving my, what's the word? Social media, my social presence. Yeah, no. So no, you're right about the Piskel. That's why I've been recommending Piskel wherever I go. Because yeah, no, you're 100% right. Piskel is like an ideal solution. Honestly, another solution that I'm like maybe a little bit less fond of, but I'm still very fond of, is Replit. I've used Replit a lot on my personal projects, and that is honestly an insane solution. I would recommend that to anybody. The only reason why I'm not like wholeheartedly on the Replit side is because you need an account. And I think setting up an account is a barrier to the service. It also makes sense because they probably want to avoid people using it because it is a cloud-based service. So I understand why they're doing it that way. Piskel is local, so you're not taking up their resources by just doing that, but doing it. Let me first get this done. But yeah, doing Replit, they're actually offering cloud services, which I will say I wish they didn't. I wish one thing that would make Replit one thing that will make Replit 10 times better for me in my eyes is if it was a local thing, and like you'd only need to make an account if spell it, or you're asking what the site is? Here, I'll put it in chat. Let me give you the actual link. Make sure it's correct. Yeah, it's correct. For one of my first successful hackathons, my first hackathon where I'm actually proud of what I did, it was on Replit. Like, I coded everything in Replit. Okay, so I'm gonna change up how I start typing this. I think, wait. Yeah, I'm doing it right. Okay, so we're gonna start by getting the input set up. As I've said a lot of times, this is like the same old, same old. Nothing new is gonna happen on this section of the code. I think the one thing I kind of want to get better at is not making mistakes in this portion, because again, it's a simple portion of this. So I need to, like, as bad as it sounds, if I'm not going to make this into a template, I probably should memorize the process of making this. I'm not even sure if there's any way I can optimize this portion of the code more than I've already have. One thing I do think I might be able to change is, because I do want to look into adding multiplayer support at some point in my games. That is something that's very, very high on my bucket list. Chris Ball said, or real, make a web module for that. Like you mean for like my stuff? I'm not sure. I feel like you might be a little bit behind on, or like web module for what exactly? For like my usual thing like this, or? It's not get index. Is it get index? Am I tripping right now? Index of. What am I talking about? I guess I could make a web module for this, but it also is just such a simple thing. Like, it's like 15 lines of code. This definitely feels more like something that I just have like a code snippet available for anybody to use. I think that that'll be much more useful to the average user. Because also, like, I occasionally go back into this and modify it. Sometimes in specific games, I do have more specific needs. I probably should indent this properly. And that is why I should indent it properly. I've got a bracket here. God damn. Okay. And now let's add in, but when I do, also I feel like I'm like, I'll fix my camera later. But no, I should fix it right now. Let me move this stuff a little itty bit to the right. Move my laptop to the right like this, like so. Now I probably look a little bit nicer because my face isn't just like a pure profile. I don't know. If there is, like, if people really want me to make a web module for it, I can. I'm not opposed to it. Okay. And ready to see if I get the code done first try. Let's save this thing. We'll make a new folder. Honestly, let's make a template folder. I want to make a folder for templates. And then we can copy it into the actual game jam folder later. Okay. Let us run the code and see if it is working to my satisfaction. Did I save it right? I'm not seeing my folder anywhere. Oh, there it is. And unfortunately, it looks like I have a bug. A boogie. The boogie is unexpected end of input on line 24. So line 24 is, just probably forgot a bracket or something somewhere. Oh, I need one of these things. Hello, Lambda. Welcome back to stream. How's it going? Let's try rerunning the code and seeing if the input is working. Yep, we have inputs, and so you guys can see a bit nicer. Here we go. We have our beautiful inputs and outputs. I'm probably gonna copy the styles, the CSS from my previous project. That's good to hear, Lambda. Do anything fun today? Nope, just slept. Well, I guess that is also a pretty fair way to spend your time. Definitely healthy. Okay, so as of right now, I have the CSS. Let's just give it a try. It does not appear to be working. That is not good. Let's check our... We have no obvious... Oh, I know what... This thing is automatically removing it. Let's just... document.get element by ID. Game over. Inner HTML, and we're going to set it equal to input. Now let's try running it. How am I doing? Oh, I'm doing fine. My finger is still kind of injured. Actually, it is very injured. Also, wait. Can I share the jam link? Yeah, I can share the jam link. Sorry, I didn't see that message. I put the jam link in the Twitch chat, and I'm going to put it on the YouTube chat as well. Maybe on my YouTube stream, actually. Okay, here we go. And I'll put it in the YouTube chat as well. I may as well just take the chat and bring it up here as well. Okay. But yeah, so that's the game jam I'm working on right now. And hopefully we'll get this done. And there you have it. We have inputs, we have outputs, we have the square. So again, today the goal is to create a dungeon crawler style game. And the way how we're going to do this is we're going to create a lot of images that are going to handle the actual, like, the graphics are very simple in this one because it'll be very, very incremental motion. But for every single object, we'll have to kind of create art for every single aspect of that object. So I'm actually going to open up a Piscal thing for this. Okay, one thing. I'm going to change some settings on my... Personal preferences. I need to change some settings on Microsoft Edge because I don't want you guys to see this news thingamajig that happens whenever I open up a new tab. It's kind of ridiculous. How do I... Okay, I give up. That's frustrating. I'll just, I'll do it off stream. I'm pretty sure there's a way of doing it. Okay, but going back to it, we need to create some sprites. And specifically, the goal is we want to create this style where we're kind of having these hallways. You can kind of imagine them. You think you'll join this one, Chris Paul? That'd be cool. Actually, speaking of which, maybe I should plug my stream in the Discord of this game jam. Maybe. Okay. But goal number 1 is we're going to create some images. Goal number 2 is we're going we're going to start creating some mechanics. Actually, before we create the images, let's first create the basic mechanics I want to work with. And then we will embed, we'll change the graphics or the visuals based off of what the player can see. So let's begin this way. Let's first start by coding in a grid. And how we're going to do that is during the interval. So we're going to create our character. So player is going to equal to document. I always forget the syntax for this. Document dot create element seg. And then player dot background color is going to be black. And player dot left is going to equal 0. And player dot style dot bottom is going to equal to 0. And that should spawn our player. I will do document dot get element by ID square dot append child player. And with all that said and done, theoretically speaking, when I run this code, we should see, yep, we have a square. I think we'll try to keep this in a square this big. I think that is the objective here. Now let's make it to where I can move my player around. So we're going to set X and Y. X equals 0, Y equals 0. There won't be any X val, Y val because this is a very, very incremental thing. We do have one other thing, which is the direction. And I'm going to use strings to handle that for the sake of legibility. And now let's start creating some motion. So what I'm going to do is if input dot includes W, we'll use WASD for this. And then, so direction is going to equal up in this case, no matter what. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have a walls array. Actually, even more than that, I think we're actually going to do something more complicated here, where I'm going to I'll keep an array of, we're going to store this separately because it will make it easier down the line to handle. I still honestly don't know what I'm doing yet, like gameplay wise. I haven't really thought that far. Maybe it isn't worth my while to do this. You know what? I'm gonna just. We'll look for a more efficient solution down the line. I think that is the plan of attack here. So what we're gonna do is for I equal to 0, I less than walls, dot length, I plus plus. We're going to if walls I 0 is equal to x plus 1 and walls I1 is equal x plus 1 and walls I1 is equal y. We'll do a blocked equals false, blocked equals true. And then if not blocked, x plus plus. There we go. And we're going to copy this 3 more times. And this is going to be our logic for motion. So A, left, walls, y minus 1, y minus minus. I'm starting to think this is actually not the right way of doing it because we're going to want rotation. This might be confusing for the player. Yeah, no, this will be too confusing. We're going to want rotation. I'm wrong. Okay. Because I'm thinking about this from a top-down perspective, but in reality, that's not how this game is going to work, is it? Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. So how this is going to work is W is going to move the player forward. Let's just do WAD for this. And it's not going to change the direction. All we're going to do is we're going to check x plus, I call direction or dir? Yeah, dir equals, no, left, no, right, minus dir equals left. then we do the same thing on this side. Walls I, y plus dir equals up minus dir equals down. And then the other thing is if input is dot includes a, I don't think it'll matter because I'm guessing we're not gonna have like any blockage or motion between iterations. So all we'll need to do is dir, we'll just do if dir is equal to up. So this is A, so it'll be rotating to the left, so it'll be dir is equal to left. I already know someone is thinking, why don't you use cases? And I just forget the syntax of it, and I don't really, there's no real benefit, as far as I'm aware, to doing that over this. So I'm going to just do it this way. Also forgot parentheses. Not parentheses, my quotation marks. Down, right, up. Okay. And then we're going to copy this and do it again. I keep forgetting my quotation marks. So this will be the reverse. So right, then up, then left, then down. Okay. We got that all figured out. I heard someone followed me. Wait, who followed me? Thank you for the subscription, the Flying Theorist. Welcome to my stream. How's it going? Yeah, no, I feel like every time I've ever streamed JavaScript... Wait, you guys could not see my code the entire time? Why did nobody tell me? Nobody. I was reading chat. I was looking at chat. You guys could have told me. You guys were just sitting there listening to me like rattle off code. I feel bad. I feel horrible. Sorry, I didn't mean to blame you guys. It's more on me. But you guys could have told me. I mean, I'm flattered, but... Welcome to the stream, the Flying Theorist. But yeah, anyways, I was typing all of this, and this is what he missed. So I just typed in this thing where I just create... I think the only interesting thing about this one is I used logical operators to handle collision detection. No, I was legit coding. I was coding the entire time, and I was like typing stuff. I was like typing and copying, and I had all these crazy things, and I was like, man, no one's having any questions. Man, I must be doing it very, very nicely then. And then I was like, oh wait, actually, nobody see me code. Well, this is what this is. Okay, what we're gonna do now is I'm going to update the position of the character on every single iteration. So player.style.left is going to be based on X. So we're going to do my usual craziness where we do, this time actually we're going to be using 8 times X for this. View width And we're going to do this again. View height. And then we copy this and paste it right here. And then do Y. And now, if everything is good, which probably isn't. No, Chris Ball. No. I was just joking. No. I genuinely, I really should have checked because I have two indications. So okay, so here, so you guys can know where everything is on my screen. Here is my OBS. So this is where so my camera's up here. Here is the OBS or below the camera, and this is where I can like see the screen that you guys see. So this is where I can like check and make sure everything is looking okay. Then from here. On this side, I have a Twitch chat, but I normally use a Twitch chat on this side. So here's my Twitch chat. It's down here next to where I code and stuff. So this is like where I code, where I have my games and everything. I have it all on this screen right here. And then on my phone, like here, I have my YouTube chat. So really the only time I look over here is if I have something I'm worried about. So I usually check it like every like once in a while. I also have my Stream Deck, which has a little indicator. I'm not sure if you can see it, probably not, which shows me which screen you're on. But I normally just like kind of do it without looking at it. So I go like, damn, dum, beam, dumb, you know? So that's kind of why that's how that works. Anyways, totally my fault. I'm more just, the reason why I was saying like, why didn't you guys tell me is because, I thought that if I made a huge mistake, like that, it would have been like you guys would have been bored out of your minds, because I feel like I would have either noticed you all leaving my stream, at which point I would have been like, oh wait, why did everybody leave? Oh, that's why. Or it would have been like, you guys telling me. I didn't expect you guys to just sit there and listen to me talking about code. It's just a weird. I don't understand why people like watching me in general. It's beyond me. I'm just a weird little guy who likes coding weird stuff. But, you know, let's try running this. Oh boy, whoa. Why did it do that? Oh God, okay. That's not good. Why did it do that? Let me rerun it. Can I rotate it? No. Are there bugs in here? Are there any bogeys? No bogeys. Okay, what is going on? What is going on here? Okay. I'm guessing the bug has to do with... No, that looks okay. Oh wait, maybe because... You like coding? Yeah. Why don't you code with me, the golden star? You I'm doing a game jam right now. You can join us for this game jam. But yeah, no, Chris Ball. No, I honestly I relate to you. It's just for me. I think people who genuinely love to code are kind of not a rare breed, but there aren't. I definitely think we're in the minority of like people in general. It's always weird because if I go out in public, like if I went to a bar tomorrow and I went to talk to the guy next to me, like, hey, do you like coding? They'd probably be like, what are you even talking about? Why would I care about that? And the thing is, I could like rattle off, let me talk about this project and this cool thing and CSS and oh man, JavaScript is killing me today or whatever. But I feel like 99% of people probably don't care about stuff like that, or it would be very difficult to make them care about something like that. So like, it's so weird because I feel like I'm finding my people here. You guys are all awesome. And I love talking to you guys about coding and doing stuff with you guys and showing you this. But it's still weird because the back of my head, I'm like, these are strangers on the internet. They probably don't care. They probably hate you. Yeah. So the golden star is saying, I'm a bit too perfectionist to put anything out there yet. I spend too much time on crap I really don't need to focus on, lol. I should definitely do a game jam though. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm doing one right now, and it isn't that difficult of a game jam. I think this is actually one of the easier game jams you'd probably be able to do. Here, I'll put the link back out there so you guys can. Here, let me get my YouTube back up. Here you go. The game jam is in the chat. But yeah, I'll put it on the Twitch as well. Actually, that's not going to work. Dum ba dum ba dum, dum ba dum ba dum. Okie dokie, artichoke. Let's continue. So I think here's what I think the issue is. I'm actually going to do a little test of this by also changing document.get element by ID and game over. Dot inner HTML is going to equal to dir. Now let's try running this and see what happens. So what I'm guessing is going to happen is it's going to quickly flip through all of this stuff. Yep, that's the issue. Yeah, I know this game jam just started, like I think today. So you're going in right on top of it. But yeah, this is definitely an older style of game. Think old Doom. But yeah, this can go like let's try to get up. I gotta fix this. Now that's a problem. Now let's figure out why. I have a guess. I have a guess as to why it's being problematic. And I think the issue is... that's why. Because I'm being dumb. That is why I am being problematic, is because I didn't actually fix the update function. X plus equals dir equals right minus dir equals... But yeah, no. Well, if you want, I mean, I'm not forcing you or anything, the golden star. But if you have time right now and you're just chilling and hanging out on my stream, you can just code in parallel with me. We can motivate each other to finish this project. I think even Chris Ball over on Twitch side is probably he said he was going to be working on this as well. So you will not be the only one. We'll have a little group of people working on this project. Okay, so now, theoretically speaking, this should work. Maybe, sort of. Let's find out. So up. Let's go right. Let's get right. Right, yeah. And then let's get left. Yeah. And then down. Woo! Now the issue, as you guys probably might notice, is it's updating too quickly. We're at the 60 frame per second frame rate and is basically doing it very, very quickly. I will say the golden star, as of right now, I haven't come up with anything. Goldie works if the full using is a bit of a mouthful. Okay. So Goldie, I will say, I haven't thought of anything myself. I'm actually doing this very, very willy-nilly. Like, I have no idea what my end goal is yet. I'll get there. I'll have a fun brainstorming moment where I'm gonna be like, let's throw some BS at this wall. But I think the most important part initially. Oh, you're in a game jam right now, Chris Ball? Well, what's your game jam? What game jam are you in right now? But yeah, so anyways, going back to Goldie. I think the more difficult thing about this game jam is getting the initial... I mean, you could use... If you want to use a game engine that already exists to make this kind of game, you can do that. But I'm personally trying to build it from scratch with no game engine, just using JavaScript. Excuse me. Oh, God. Your game jam is called One Game a Month. I've never heard of that game jam. Let's take a look at it. One game a month. Yeah, so right now all I'm doing is I'm trying to create the mechanics that will make it work. And then later we're gonna slowly fill in the interesting mechanics and story and everything else. That is the objective. I'm not. Can you send me the link, Chris Ball? I'm not seeing it anywhere. Okay, so for this project, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set a timer, which is usually how I do this, and we're going to. Actually, I'm gonna use something I'm gonna call a tick. How am I gonna do this? So what I want to do is I want to kind of have it's weird. Okay, so let me talk about what I'm struggling with right now, so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So the issue right now is I want to create a game. Okay, also, so he posted. Oh, it's on itch.io. Oh, okay, so actually it was what I saw. It ends in 5 days. Okay, I'll work on this tomorrow. I'm gonna join this jam. Oil and water. Interesting. Okay, I'll get back into that soon. But the issue is because the motion is so jittery, so like you press it and then you jump forward a certain distance. I want to kind of slow that down to where it's reasonable. I know how I'm doing this. I know exactly how I'm doing this. We're gonna do new X. We're gonna have something called new X and new Y. This is this is gonna be the X vel, Y vel of this project. This is the solution. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have a tick function. And the tick function is going to be the thing that is going to limit each game loop. And I'm going to set the tick to be... Honestly, I will hard code the tick to be like 1 second long. That is going to be how we're going to do this. And what I'm going to do is we're going to let this thing manipulate the variables, but update new X and new Y. And what is going to happen is, and we'll do new dir. New dir is equal to up. And what's going to happen is if I think we can make the direction control is much better if we like link it to a number. I think right now it's kind of, I've overcomplicated my life with how I'm handling it. Oh, thank you, Lambda. Thank you. I should make a little like award thing for people who tell me when I'm doing something wrong. That would be nice. Like a little you guys get a point or something if I do something wrong and you guys catch it. Okay, so we're gonna do neuter and new x, new y. And with this, now what's gonna happen is when we actually do the proper update, if, okay, we do need timer. We do need a timer function. We probably need timer anyways because, okay, I don't got that kind of money, Lambda. I make too many mistakes to hand out money like that. But timer 60 equals 0. X is equal to new x, y equals new y, and dir is equal to neuter. And now what's going to happen is then we're going to have x and everything, all that jazz. But then we're going to have timer plus plus at the very end. I do appreciate you calling me out though. That was very useful. Now let's run this thing and see what happens. So now, theoretically speak, oh God. Why? Oh, I know why. I can fix this. I know what I did wrong. Okay. Huh. Okay, I'm not sure why this is not working. Okay, I don't know why that didn't work. Oh, x plus, oh, y plus. Okay, I made a small mistake on this section of the code. I should make a thing where I'm not using my Stream Deck, but when I actually click on different tabs, it automatically does it for me. I think that is something I probably should work on. Anywho, let's redo this. Up. I'm kind of worried that this is not going to feel very good. Like, I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to feel pretty bad. But we're already too far along, so we're going to keep chugging along. Anyways, we now have this thing. Now let's introduce walls. So for right now, we're going to just do one wall. And the one wall is going to be walls. We'll do w equals document dot create element seg w dot style dot background, and we'll just color it red for right now, for the time being. And then w dot style dot left is going to be equal to min, and we'll just do like 36, 36. No, 32. 32 view height, comma 32 view width. I will say, I think what will happen at some point is I would like to do giveaways, actually. Returning on that point. But I feel like the stream is going to have to generate enough to keep me alive, and also enough to sponsor the giveaways. I think that'll be a requirement. So walls.push, and then we're gonna just push the location. It's gonna be 4, 4, 4, W. And with that, let's try this and see what happens. Let's save it, and oh, I gotta append it. Forgot to append. Document dot get element by oh my god, by ID, cannot type today, square dot append child W. We'll create an actual function for this later. The giveaways could also just be, I mean like literally sponsored. Yeah, that could be a thing if we ever do get sponsored. I feel like I'm not very sponsorable. I think I'm a bit too weird for that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just am. It didn't work. A bug. So, oh, okay. The bogey is easy. It's just I forgot to. I'm coding too quickly, and I'm not properly adding in stuff or like putting quotation marks around obvious strings. Let's try running it again. Why are you up there? Whoa! No, I know why. I know why. I know why. I know why. It's because this is actually a bug I do quite often. Bottom. There we go. Bug solved. Run it again. There we go. Problem solved. Crisis averted. Let's continue. So let's see if this actually blocks me. I do think that now that I'm thinking about it, I think that the whatchamacallit, the new X, new Y should be based off of new dir. That makes... Does that make sense to me? Part of me really wants to actually bring up a someone else's game and see how it feels like, because I feel like right now I'm making a lot of assumptions. I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, I know how I'm doing this. This actually brings us to a point I made earlier in the stream where I said that occasionally I fix or I change my input-output section to do stuff. We're going to change our input-output section to do something else, because I feel like the issue is I'm going to go here. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to remove the input section. I'm going to do if event dot key is equal to W. I'm going to just copy this and paste. Ever heard of dark and darker? Are you talking about like dark mode, like light mode on... Oh no, it's a video game. I've not heard of it. It's a PvPvE adventure. Band together with friends and use your courage, wits, and kind to uncover mythical treasures. Let's see. How old is it? Is it a new game? 2023 early access. 80%. Interesting. No, I've never heard of this game. I'm not sure how this is going to feel. There's definitely some stuff here in my code that is very much problematic, to say the least. I'm going to do x equals new x, y equals new y, and dir is equal to new dir. And after that, then what we can do is, let's start running it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to actually change. So the way I'm doing it now, I don't actually need this anymore. Now we can just use this as the update function. And now let's run the code and see how it all looks. Okay, blocks it. And now it's broken. Oh, I can go down. Lambda, there's gunshots outside of your house? I don't know what's going on, but stay safe. That's horrifying. Why are there gunshots outside of your house? Okay, let's fix this. But yeah, no, if I'm just gonna say this right now. If it's between you being safe and you watching stream, definitely pick you being safe. Okay, this all looks okay. This should be theoretically the cause of it not working. Yeah, basement or at least somewhere with thicker walls. Probably a good idea if you think you're in danger. Okay, I don't know why. So the issue right now is it's blocking me from going past this block. As someone who knows nothing about coding, how can one start? I think, okay, so a resource that I would heavily recommend that I still use after many years of coding is W3 Schools. Here, let me bring it up for you really fast so you guys see what I'm talking about. So here's W3 Schools, and honestly, I wouldn't, you can use Scratch. Honestly, you can use any language you'd like. I know people, quite frankly, Python is a great language for beginners. JavaScript, I think, is pretty good, but I'm also very biased. But anyway, so this is W3 Schools. And the nice thing about this is it starts you from scratch. So you start from the beginning, and you can it'll walk you through all the basics of whatever language you're doing. And you can just do a try yourself, and it'll literally show you the code. And you can mess around with it. And then you go back to the JavaScript thing, it'll explain to you more. And again, it starts you from the very, very basics of it. Yeah, no, Python I think is really good. And also Python has real world applications. I'm not really sure if Scratch has any of the applications, any real world applications as far as I'm aware. Another thing, though, I will say about coding is almost every language is basically identical at the base level. Yeah, like the only the Golden Star is saying, the only main difference between the languages is syntax. Like at the base level, it's just if and else statements. There is loops, and there are like variables. That's if you understand how those things work. Oh yeah, no. JavaScript 100% lets you get away with so much. So it's both great for beginners because you can do crazy stuff and it'll just let you do it. It's also horrible because you might get into a bug where it's like, I don't even understand where to start with this thing. And that's problematic. But yeah, so just to kind of like, honestly, you know what? I'm going to give you guys a 5-minute tutorial on coding. Like I'm going to show you guys a really, really basic thing just to explain to you guys how to do coding. Honestly, that sounds like fun. We'll take a small break from my game, and I'm going to teach you guys how to code. It's going to be awesome. Let's do it. I'm feeling it right now. So, we're going to do this. So, I'm going to show you guys how to do this, and just letting you guys know, I'm going to write some extra stuff. Sorry, Hotel Soap. Hotel Soap. We have a couple guys over on the YouTube chat who want me to teach them how to code. So I'm going to teach them how to code. So, I'm going to write some weird stuff. So, I'm going to just write some stuff that'll let me actually run my JavaScript in a browser. This is the same. I do this on all my projects, so you can literally just remember this. Really all that this is here, I'll explain this in a second. Okay, all this is first line. This line right here says, this is a document that is an HTML document. Then, these are tags. A tag is like has this lower, less than and a greater than follow before and after it. And this is just a tag name. So this is an HTML tag. And with a backslash, this is a closing tag. So starting tag, closing tag. And basically, these two kind of encompass this entire thing. So this is a starting and closing of a head and a starting and closing of a body. You can think about the head of the HTML file as just like the stuff that gets preloaded and a lot of like you basically put a lot of the stuff that's important, like the identifiers and stuff, not usually stuff that gets loaded onto the page. I usually put my script in there as well. And the body is what actually goes onto the page. So that kind of like defines where stuff is. So again, this is like just me making an HTML thing. You don't need this to code. I'm just doing this so I can run this code in my browser. Okay, next step. We're gonna write a script tag. Script is how we're gonna code in JavaScript in our browser. No, I'm gonna show you guys, no, believe me, I'm gonna show you guys a really, really simple thing in 5 minutes. So we're gonna create a quick text-based game. That is what we're going to do. And so in the script, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use console in the beginning. We can also make it be a no style tag. Yeah, we can add styles later. I'll explain that later. But we're going to have room equals jail. I'm going to do jail. Okay, so what room is a variable. Variables store stuff in them. So right now I'm storing this is called a string, has quotation marks. That's a word. So I'm storing the word jail. Anything quotation marks is called a string in this variable called room. I can store anything in room. So I can store a number like 0, and I can do console.log 0. This just means that I port this to the console or room. And this should print out 0. So this stores this. That's all I gotta know. Okay, now what we're gonna do is while room is equal to 0, and we're gonna have another variable called key equal to 0. While room equals to 0, actually, while room is equal 0 and key equal 0. So what this means is we have logical operators. Equals. So a single equal sign sets a variable to this. Two equal signs compares two variables. So is room equal to 0? If it is, it's true. If it isn't, it's false. Okay, you don't have to, but this is actually technically how you should do it, is var. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to confuse. We're doing honestly, I barely use var. That's honestly more of a sin that I do. But okay, doesn't matter. We're gonna barge forward. So if room is equal to 0, this will be true. If it isn't, then this will equal to false. Also, true and false are basically 1 and 0, respectively, as well. You can think about that. I use that in my code a lot. And what this is, the and sign, also about, I'm summarizing a lot of things right now, but the and basically means this. If this and this are both true, or this will be true. If either of them is false, this is false. While means while this statement is true, console.log, let's say you are in a dark room. What do you do? So what this does is this is a string called, which is just this long, you're in a dark room, what do you do? And I'm just printing it out. The console.log just prints to the console. That's all I gotta know about that. Also, I will say, again, this is like a teaching lesson. I'm gonna quickly run you through a lot of the stuff you'll use in code. But again, this is not comprehensive. And okay, so why two ands? So and is how you basically means this and this. There's another thing that a singular and is called a bitwise and. That's more complicated. You'll use that a lot less. Okay, so also just to clarify, and is pretty common in JavaScript, Java, and I think it's in Ruby. And the word and is in a Python, and I can't speak for any other languages. There's something for C#. I think it's also and. So or is 2 lines. So this or this, that'll be 2 lines. And. Also, if it's not equal to, it'll be not equal to 0. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So that's how you do that. And then I'll give some options. Type L to, or D to try door. Actually, what I'm going to do here, okay, I'm going to do something a bit more weird. Okay, I'm going to do it like, How am I gonna do this? I need an input. Okay, so what we're gonna do is... Sorry, I'm just trying to think about how I'm gonna do this right. You know what? I'm not doing... Okay, I'm not doing... this is overcomplicating it. I'm going to do it a different way because I'm going to confuse you guys and I'm going to feel very sad because you're not going to get what's happening. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to use... We talked about this earlier. I'm going to just use replit. Give me one little itty bitty second. I'm going to start from scratch. We're going to make a replit. Actually, I might already have a replit about this. Where is... I made one a long time ago. This exact same thing. Blog post. You know what? We're going to start from scratch. Create REPL, JavaScript. JavaScript. You know what? Python. Everyone's on a Python. Python's easier. We'll do Python. Honestly, try and teach you guys JavaScript is probably like the biggest mistake I did. Create REPL. I haven't done Python in like forever, so you're also going to see like my thought process for this. Python is so cute. Yeah, no, Python's great. This is why I drink. Anyways. Okay, I'm gonna quickly review. So also, I'm literally gonna show you guys how I code. I'm gonna show you guys how I switch languages. I'm gonna teach you guys the way of the Andre. So, I go to W3 Schools and I click on Python. I then look at the Python, look at some basic Python code, remember how it all works, and then continue. Okay, we're gonna skip this. Skip this, we don't need that. Okay, we print. Okay, that's the print statement. So what I'm looking for is just basic syntax. So variables are pretty simple. Print, I need an input, so I'm looking for an input. I can also look through here and get input. If I don't find it, I can just do like Python input. Input X. Okay, that's how you do that. Okay, that's all I need to know. Let's do this. Woo! Okay. We're gonna do key equals 0. Room equals 0. While key is 0 and room, no parentheses, I forgot, bad habit. So in Python, you don't have parentheses. It's very, very like, you're coding like you talk, honestly. While key is 0 and room is 0, print. Oh my fucking god, I hate how good these AIs are. I'm not gonna use the AI, but that's awesome. You are in a dark room. God damn. This might also be because I've done this so many times, maybe it's learned. Coding! Dark Knight, welcome to the stream! Okay, you're in a dark room. You're in a dark room. No, not proximity. New line. New line backslash n, it just means I add a new line. Type L to look and D to try door. Okay. And then we're gonna have a variable and we're gonna set it equal to an input. So action equals input. And what we'll do is if key, oh, again, no parentheses. If key is 0 and input is L, so basically if basically just means like it sounds, if something is true, then you do the following. Okay, so every game I release is to the public. So like for instance, the last game I released, can I show you guys my other games? Let me show you my other games. So these are the games I've released, and the code is also available on GitHub. So I made this thing yesterday for 3 hours. So it's a little like a jumper game. I'll just die, etc. And you get a score and so on. I've also released a zombie shooter thing where like you move around and you can like shoot zombies. Again, I made this like in I think 2 hours. And you die. I also made this for my first hackathon on stream, which is like a little Valentine's Day game where you collect hearts. This is really cool because the weird thing about this game is everything you see is done through CSS. There's no PNGs and stuff in this game. But anyways, also all the code is available on GitHub as well. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Back to the Python. I gotta teach trash cans how to code. Okay, so if key is 0, so if we don't have the key and input is L, if they typed in the letter L, then print. So then in this case, you take whatever's in this case. Is it? I forget. Oh, I think, okay, they prefer equal. We'll just do it this way then. And also it's action. Apparently. Action. Are they cinnamon hearts that they only sell on Valentine's Day? I don't know, honestly. I did not think about the lore of the game too deep. Anyways, to continue. So if you don't have key, you don't have the key. And then else, so else basically means if that action isn't true, we can add another if statement. Else if, so we'll do if key is equal to 0 and action is equal to, oh wait, this is supposed to be door. Door L, print, you find a key. And now what we can do is when they find the key, we can set key to a new thing. We can set key equal to 1. Okay, in Python it's elif, not else if. So elif is else if. And then you can do else if, elif, key is equal 0 and action is equal D. Key, well, we'll do from equal to 0. Door, print, you open the door. And then we'll do room equal 1. And then print you escaped. So now let's run this thing. Room equal 1. Also, I'd really recommend Replit for first learning how to code. So you're in a dark room, type L to look and D to try door. So we're gonna try door first. We type in try door. You don't have the key, you are in a dark room. Type L to look and D to try door. Let's look. You find a key. You're in a dark room. Type L to look and D to try door. D, we'll try door again. You are in a dark room. Type L to look. Oh, key equal 1. Whoops. So I had a bug. I accidentally had the wrong case here. And also I just realized that there's one more else if case I can do. Thank you for the follow, XIT Al. So this is just very, very basic coding. You're going to want to learn a lot more. Action equals L. Print. You find, yeah, I'll do what the AI tells me to do. Okay, we're going to stop the code. We're going to run the code again. So you're in a dark room, type L to look and D to try door. So here, right now, key is equal to 0, room is equal to 0. So while room is equal to 0, we're doing this loop. So key is equal to 0. If we do D, then this statement happens. You don't have a key, and then it repeats. It goes back to the top of the while loop because room is still equal to 0. And it'll do, you're in a dark room, type L to look, and D try door, L. Now, so this isn't true, so we're going to go here because it's an else if, then we're going to check this. Is key equal to 0? Yes. Is action equal to L? Yes. Print, you find the key. Now key is equal to 1. Now we go back through because room is still equal to 0. So room is equal to 0, but now key is equal to 1. So if I type in L, so key is not equal to 0, key is not equal to 0, key is equal to 1, is action equal to D? No. So this is not true. Then we do key is equal to 1, action is equal to L. We print, you find nothing, you're in a dark room, type L to look and D try door. And then we'll try door, D. You open the door, you escaped. So because now what happens is because we set the room equal to 1, we go back through, we go back to the top, room is now equal to 1, it's no longer equal to 0, we can skip the entire thing and we just print you escaped. And that is a very, very simple game that goes over while loops, it goes over ifs, else's, and it goes over logical operators and variables. So a very simple 5-minute explanation. Now that was a lot. But yeah, so this is kind of, I'd recommend coding initially on Replit because Replit will skip a lot of the stuff you need to like start coding. So the resources I'd recommend are Replit for actually coding, W3 Schools for learning, and after that, just try whatever. And as the Golden Star said, you don't have to do what people say. You're going to learn over time how to code better. There's a lot of stuff you can learn about coding, and there's like levels upon levels. But in the same way how someone might not be the greatest cook in the world, but they can shove a Hot Pocket in a microwave, you can start coding. You can start with the basic stuff, and you can slowly start building up on it. No, I made a simple text-based game to explain just the general idea of how to code. This is like a very, very simple text-based game I wanted to teach Trash Cans because he asked me how to code. Anyways, that was a quick explanation about Python and game dev and just how I learn new languages. Now let's go back to my other project. My hell on earth. Okay. But yeah. So quite frankly, okay, also XIT is saying, how are things? Hope streaming is going well. Games game dev, so I was checking out some game dev streams. Yeah, no, I'm doing really good, XIT. I was just helping someone over on the YouTube side to learn how to code. We're currently working on a game jam. That thing I just showed you wasn't a game jam, but I'm working on a different game jam where we're creating a dungeon crawler. And here's what we have so far working on it. Let me show you guys the dungeon crawler so far. So right now we have a very basic dungeon crawler setup. You guys have a coding chat that you guys can use. I'd like you guys to use it. Also, as Chris Ball is saying, we do have a Discord. You can find it on both the YouTube and on the Twitch. And when you're joining the Discord, you can ask for the coder role. You should get a little thing when you first join the Discord, and I'll give you access to the coder role where I'll add you guys for projects. And also you'll have there's a coder channel where you guys can type in stuff and like share code and everything. So yeah, no, if you guys want me to help you outside of stream or just in general or give you guys advice and stuff, or you want to help each other, that is a great place. And I also have a chat for artwork, for music, for writing, for playtesting. All those things are available to you guys. So on the Discord, in the Urbandrei Discord, that is where I would go. Bit of a shameless plug, but that's what I have for you guys. Anyways. And so Trash Can. So just so you can look at my code and you're like, I know you look at my code and it's like, oh my God, so many lines, so scary. But in reality, when you read it, it's like, okay, so we have when the window loads, we have this function that happens. This function is just everything that happens. And then document.add event listener, all this means is we're listening for when I press down a key. When we press down a key, we trigger an event, and that event triggers this function, and the function does if the event, the key that got pressed, the event.key is equal to W, the key W, then we set the variable block to false. And then a for loop is a while loop with extra steps. Basically, we're doing all this thing initially, then this is the check thing, and this is the iteration step. So basically, for, we said I equals 0, while I is less than this number, walls.length. Walls is a variable that contains a lot of stuff. Walls.length is how much stuff we're containing inside of it. And then we do whatever's inside here, and then if at the end of that, we increase I by 1, and then we check again, is I less than walls.length? So basically, that's a good way we can like iterate through like a large group of things. So then what we do is if walls I0, so basically this is the ith element of walls, the 0th element of the ith element of walls is equal to this. Okay, this gets more complicated. Basically, this is like I said earlier, logical operators can also be set to 0 and 1. So if this is true, this will be 1. If it's false, it's equal to 0. So if dir is right, or if dir it'll equal to 1, if not 0. If dir is left, 1, if not 0, and then just do x plus 1 or minus 1 based on whether it's left or right. And then if that is true, then I said block equals true. So it's a lot. Oh, what rendering program? I'm doing everything in HTML. So this is a single HTML file. Literally the CSS is in here, the JavaScript is in here, and I just run in the browser. So that's all that happens. But anyways, so this is JavaScript. So everything you're seeing here is JavaScript. It's in an HTML file. And when I say CSS is cascading styles. Basically, it's just I'm just describing the visuals. I'm saying what color stuff is. I'm saying where stuff is. I'm basically telling the HTML how to make things look. Thank you for the follow, Alanos SMM. And you live, you regret. You live, you learn, and regret. I'm coding in JavaScript, but I'm doing it in an HTML file, and there's also CSS. So this is plain HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's how I'm coding. Man, you guys are just running me through the ringer, and I love it. Okay. Let me bring chat back up so I can actually see you guys talking. So also, when people follow, so Alanos SMS. So over on Twitch, we're actually working on, okay, man, we're getting sidetracked. This is awesome. So if you look on my stream, you'll see little characters running around. Those are my Twitch viewers, my Twitch followers. You automatically get a little character, and you can change your person or whatever. They're called your avatar. I can make you guys fight and so on. It's like it's a free game on Steam that you can do for your streams. It's specifically for Twitch, and because of that, I'm working on my own version of it right now, which is going to be a cross-platform version of this. I've actually started working on this. It's a more complicated thing. I'm actually doing it in with a backend, like a Node.js backend, and a lot of like here. Let me show you the code. Man, this is fun. Vim server.js. So this is my the bot I'm working on for stream. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you guys can see this. So this is I'm doing this in Vim on an Ubuntu VirtualBox. So this is a lot of networking stuff. Basically, I have like fetch requests and like I'm using OAuth 2 to connect with the Twitch and everything. So this is a bunch of, and then I just copied this from Twitch because they have like, this is how they parse their messages. And when I run this, here, let me show you guys when I run this. So let's get out of here. So I'm gonna just node server .js. And now I'm going to go over to here. And we're going to do localhost s. So I can connect to Twitch. And then I can do bot. Actually, wait, I need to first do connect. I guess it's fine. But anyways, and now you can see I have all of the people on Twitch, including all the bots, unfortunately, as little characters running around. So the thing is, so I have a thing where you guys, so you can see the messages you're sending. So if you look over on the Vim side, I didn't connect this to anything. I haven't added any logic. This is something I'm still working on. But if you look closely, you'll notice how we have messages from Twitch. So you can see your message. Any new message the bot sends to your application. So yeah, so if you look there, you'll see that you send a test message. Yeah, I can put basketball for you, Simon Roblox gameplay. But yeah, so this is the current bot I've been working on for stream. It's a work in progress. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do to make it better. Here I'll put basketball for. Also, XITOW asked, "That's sick. Have you been programming for long?" I've been programming for like around like 7 years, 6 years. I've only gotten really serious in the last like 2 or 3 years. Yes, I'm still working on this bot. This is something that I only started working on this like 3 or 4 days ago, like, or this portion of it. Anyway, let's get out of that and let's run basketball for. So yeah, you can play basketball with Simon Roblox gameplay by clicking ! join, then red or blue, and you can play basketball with each other. Anyways, that's off topic. Let's get back to coding the other thing. But let me see. Any messages in chat? Also, Alon SMS says he's from Brazil. That's pretty awesome. And okay, also to explain the basketball game. So the star is where you're shooting from, and then there's, oh god, actually, wait, I probably should fix that. Let me fix this because you guys can't see actually. That's frustrating. Let me make this better for you guys. 1 second. You guys cannot see the hoop. This is a bug that was happening today, and I'm not very happy about it. Okay, I'm gonna reset it. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna reset the game because I need to fix this for you guys. Let's fix this. Connect. I was having issues with the bot today. I think it's an update that they released. Here we go. Okay, I'll run the basketball again. I'm sorry. I'll bring it back in. Here. Basketball. Okay, you can do it again. So join red, join blue. I'm messing around with Python. I kind of see a JavaScript looks a bit similar. Yeah, no, all the languages look pretty much the same. Python is the more weird one out of all of them. I think between all the languages, Python has the most different syntax. But yeah, so here's how you play this game. So you start at the star. You see the numbers 0, 90, and 180. Those are the angles. So the first number is going to be the angle you're shooting. So like 45 is going to be like between 0 and 90. 120 will be between 90 and 180, etc. So that's how you fire. Then you're going to put another number that's a power level from 0 to 100. So you can do like 45, it'll be 45 degrees, and then it'll be like 50 to get the power level. So you type in 2 numbers. That's how you do that. Anyways, okay, back to code. I'm getting extremely distracted right now. There you guys go. Woo! Okay. I'm very easily distracted. But, Live, Learn, Regret has followed over on Twitch. Welcome to my Twitch. I feel bad because I don't want you guys to feel the need to go to a particular platform. I'd rather you guys, you know, be able to enjoy these things wherever you are. So I have to make this thing myself. So you should automatically make one, but they're in a game right now. You gotta wait for the game to finish, and then you can make your own character. The game should be over about like 3.5 minutes. I did add, on top of the chat on the left-hand side, you should see a purple square. Let me check. Actually, I'm gonna check on my own because I uninstalled it and I just reinstalled it again, so maybe it's still a problem. But there should be a little square that you can use to change your avatar. Let me see. Going to my channel, I'm checking my phone. View dashboard. I probably gotta look at it on Twitch. Yeah, okay. So that is nothing. So if you look on here, on right here, there's a little square on the top side of chat. You click on that, and it'll open up the shop and everything. So yeah, that's where you can hopefully it works actually. If it doesn't work, oh yeah, no, it works. So then you can change your character and everything. On PC, it should be on top of chat on the right-hand side. It'll be a little purple square with the letters SA in it. And then I'll play. After this game, I'll put another game of basketball. You guys can play again. It doesn't show. Okay, if you can't do it, there's also chat commands. Let me bring up the chat commands as well. So here is that the right thing? Nope. What's the command for this? Roblox, you did the command thing yesterday. What's the command thing for the? Yeah, so, okay, I'll explain to you guys in a second. Give me one moment. Let me first figure out what the command stuff is so you guys can. Okay, but on PC, let me see if I can show you guys on my computer. I'm just gonna delete this. Twitch.tv. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. So let me mute this. Okay. So, okay. You mouse. Okay, so on PC, you mouse over the screen and it'll be right here. That's the extension. So you click on this. And that's how you open up the shop. That's how you do that. Ken's in chat. Welcome back, Ken. Got a new subscriber here on YouTube. Best of luck and thanks for the lesson. Of course, trash cans. Always. I'm always happy to teach. Also, this thing is. Oh God. Let me make it smaller so you guys can see what's happening. There we go. But yeah, no, I'll be streaming more. And if you ever have any questions or you look at my code and you're like, oh my God, what is Andre coding? Let me know. I will explain it. It might not always make sense, but I'll always try to help you guys out to understand my code. And again, we do have a Discord, and that is the best way to reach me and the community outside of stream. And I will be doing, I do a little contest for you guys, so you guys can practice your skills in art, music, game, coding, etc., playtesting, etc. We're going to be doing a lot more game jams on stream soon. And just in general, if you have any questions, shoot up the coding chat and in the channel, and I will answer the question. Or if I can't answer the question, someone else will. Yeah, it's on the video player. Live, learn, regret. Okay. Now let's get back to work on coding the game jam, because I'm jumping back and forth between stuff, but it's awesome. I really like teaching you guys stuff. I definitely want to get this game jam also finished though, so I gotta segment my time wisely. But yeah, so far we have this game running. So we have this essential this thing working where I can control this character. So Simon Roblox Gameplay says I cannot see the Wraith. I'm not sure. Did you select a Wraith? It does take a second to update. I give it a moment. If it still doesn't work, I'll look into and try to figure out what's going on. Okay, but so right now we have a bug though, where it's apparently not going past this point, even though it's not blocked. So we must figure out what is causing this gnarly bogey. So let's go through this and see what's happening. So I think it's definitely something to do with with this code right here. I think. How do you get channel point? Oh wait, that's why. Okay. That's here. Let me give you some currency. Currency. Give, live, learn, regret. 1,000. Okay, so currency, you get currency by watching the stream, chatting, so on, winning games. That's how you get currency. But also, I don't care. Stream avatars is a band-aid solution. I view I love stream avatars as a great solution. Other streamers use it, and I think it's good. If you're a Twitch streamer and you're planning on staying on Twitch and you don't really care too much, you just want the visual aspect of your viewers running around, get stream avatars. It's excellent. But if you're like me, where you love deep customization and really getting nitty-gritty and like having multi-platforms and cool games and more customization and so on, then you got to code your own thing. And that's what I'm working on right now. But so I view this as a band-aid solution to my desires. And I'm going to work on making my own version of it so I can accomplish what I actually want to do at some point. But yeah. Okay, but now, okay, I think you got, did everybody get the skins they want? That might be the problem that, no, Live, Learn, Regret got the stuff. Or did Cyberbox? Yeah, everyone got what they wanted. So, what I will do now is I will throw you guys into a basketball game and we will continue. Basketball. Okay, enjoy. And I will continue coding. So why are you not working? Wait, did no one join the game? I think, okay. I don't think I gave you guys enough heads up. Maybe you guys didn't get the... Let me just reset the game. Disconnect. That's another thing I don't like about stream avatars is these games, they last forever and people can join in the games after I start them. There's a lot of like little tiny things that I find very frustrating. Here, let me start up again. Okay, so I'll be starting the basketball game, and everyone can join in. So remember, join red or blue. Exclamation mark, join, then red or blue. Okay, I'll get back into the coding. Did you follow Hotel Soap? You need to be a follower to have an avatar to play these games. I'm not trying to self plug. That's literally how Stream Avatars works. Because if I don't do that, then literally the bottom of my screen is literally covered in bots. Thank you for the follow, Hotel Soap, and I think you now here. I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna restart it one last time so Hotel Soap can get into it. I know he wanted to play as well. Sorry, one last time. There we go. One last time. I'll start it in 3, 2, 1. Now you guys can join in. Okay, that's the last time. I'm not doing it anymore. This is I feel kind of bad at this point. Thank you for the subscription. You live, you learn, and regret on YouTube. Cheers. Anyways, back to coding. So why is this not working? I have questions. So all of these things, theoretically speaking, should be fine. None of these lines should impact the code in any meaningful way. If you guys need me to explain how the game works again, let me know. Okay, so you type in 2 numbers. The first number is an angle. The second number is the speed. So if you look at the star is where you're shooting from. The green bar, like with the arrows in it, is the basketball hoop. So on the star, you'll see 0, 90, and 180. Those are the angles. So from 0 to 90, that's to the left. 9 to 180 is to the right. And then the angle is how far it is. And then the second number you type in is going to be the speed from 0 to 100. Is Aiden in the game? I didn't see Aiden join. Welcome to the stream, Aiden. Don't worry, I'll put another basketball game after this for you guys. Okay, back to the code. The code. Why are you not working? So my only explanation is that somehow here it is. I'm gonna run it again and see if I can like get some more strange behavior. Yeah, so you start shooting at the green star. You're trying to get into the this little bar right here. So the star is where you shoot from. Oh boy, now it's not working at all. Did I change anything? I don't remember changing anything. Oh wait, it's okay, maybe. The only thing that would explain this is if left and right is always true. Or but why would it be always true? That's the question. Yeah, so you can bounce it off the wall. Apparently, I saw that. You again missed and he bounced her in. That was crazy. That was actually kind of crazy. So it's a range. So it's from 0 to 120. Or 0 to 180. The numbers of 0, 90, and 180, those are just like, those are the specific numbers where they are. But that was actually kind of crazy. That was a trick shot. I remember there was one person back in the day when we used to use this a lot more who would only do trick shots. That was like their entire thing. They'd only run trick shots. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna lower. Let's remove the X from this. I'll just comment it out for the sake of posterity. For those who are still learning coding, I know we have a couple people who are still learning coding in the chat. When I say comment out, I just mean that I make it so the code isn't read by the compiler. So like it just doesn't exist in the eyes of the code. That's a good way for me to like remove code without removing code. Okay, so now I can't move. So I think I'm right where the issue is. So this statement here is working, but the Y side, the Y is a lie. So somehow this thing right here is always true. Oh, that's why. That should fix it. Oh, let's go back up. Let's just read. Yay! I can move around this, and then we can cross that. Yep, it's working. Where am I from? I am from the US. I'm from Ohio. I'm an Ohio man. You're back. What's new? Well, I fixed a bug. I was missing a single character in my array, so it was returning undefined. I'm pretty sure if I consoled it, I would have seen it, but glad I found it my own way. We're on our way to greatness. It's really funny because actually everything I'm doing right now, it's useful, but the visual aspect is all going to be torn away. So here, let me explain what's going to happen. Ohio man makes cursed Twitch game. Yeah, that's pretty accurate actually. But here's the plan. So really, we have this top-down view of the game. You might be wondering, why am I doing these really weird, like the left, the text here, and why am I having these weird controls? And the reason why is because we're actually not going to have it be a top-down game. It'll become the dungeon crawler soon. Okay, I'm seeing some people in chat. Let me answer the questions really fast. Is the job market for IT really strong there? No. the job market for computer stuff is the absolute worst right now. If this is a time you're trying to get into the job market for coding, this is the worst time to try. Like, unless you have like a lot of experience and a lot of like accolades elsewhere, you're not going to be able to get in very easily, unfortunately. Most of the major companies, most of the major players are having mass layoffs. A lot of smaller companies aren't hiring. The job market is pretty full of people who are looking for a job. It's just not a great time to go in. Now, I think there's always going to be a need for software developers. I think that it's probably really dumb that companies are removing so much of the workforce. And like, I think they're trying to shift it to AI, but it is, it's not going to end up well for them. I'm already seeing a lot of like easily preventable bugs in some of the like, I mean, like even Discord gave me a super weird bug that really should have been caught. It was so weird it was an uncaught exception, but anyways, I can complain about the job market for hours, but I will spare you guys from hearing me complain about it. Use a linter as a pain will prevent that kind of thing. That's true. It would. I could. The thing is, I don't want to use anything. I don't really want to use anything external. Like if I ever use something like libraries or web stuff, or if I use anything external, like I want to push that back until it's absolutely required. That's the way that's how I view things right now. So the thing is, right now it looks like a pixel dungeon kind of thing, but the requirements for the game jam. Let me bring up the game jam real fast. Where is my game jam window? Game jam window. Okay. So on the game jam window. So what we're looking at here, this is the game jam. You have 7 days and 13 hours. So honestly, I don't even have to go that far today. We can make okay, I'd like to do this in a single day, but also maybe I should be more reasonable and give myself a while. But they want a game like this. This is like the visual of how they want it to look like in the end. This is where we're kind of headed towards. So Alanos MS is saying, I'm a junior here. I'm thinking about to try an exchange internship. If you can get it, take it. No, if you can get an internship, if you can get any job, and like if you can do well in that job, will look good on your resume, will look good down the line. It's really worth it to get those things. It's still not a great market, but you should try to get whatever you can. That is, if you can get an exchange internship, that's great for you. But yeah, so this is kind of like the end look of the project that we're looking for. So we're going to take this top-down view of the game, and then we're going to convert this into like the pseudo 3D visuals of that. That is the goal. It should be pretty simple because, okay, so here's how it's going to look like. So what we're going to do down the line is, let me get the drawing thing up and running so I can show you guys with a drawing. So also you guys are all up here. I'll put another game of basketball for you guys in a second. This is not soda, this is alcohol. I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking my pain away. This is Mike's Hard Lemonade. It's a cider. So Live, Learn, Regret is saying, I'm going for software development, although my end goal is to make video games. Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I'd recommend starting to make video games and doing game jams and like really building up your skills early. So you, down the line and have a portfolio that people can access. That'll look really good for people. But yeah, so we're going to create a little mask. So basically we'll have like, if there's a block directly to our left, whoops, then we're going to put this image right here. We're gonna have a mask of this image. And if there's a block to my right, I'll put a block right here. And then if there's no block here, we'll leave this blank. And if there's a block in the front, we'll put a block right here. If there's a block in that corner, we'll put a block right here. So we're gonna kind of like overlay different images for every single kind of block, every single kind of position in a certain like cone. And then we're gonna update this whenever we move in a certain direction. That is how we're gonna make this game work. So it's gonna be a very, very simple project. It's literally gonna be like, we're gonna run a quick scan. We're gonna scan like 4 blocks ahead of us. And then we're going to just take that data and convert it to this image. But yeah, so that's how we're gonna make our dungeon crawler video game. So yeah, so I'm trying to live stream every single day. So I try to live stream every single, right now my schedule is 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, we're going to have limited render distance. We're probably going to have some kind of like fog of war that I can probably code in somehow. That image reminds me of the stuff they made in Geometry Dash, a first-person game. Yeah, well, I'm thinking of the newer Geometry Dash levels, like the crazy stuff people have been making in it recently. But yeah, I don't think you're wrong about it. Anywho, we still have a long way to go. So let us continue on our adventure into the land of crazy code. So right now we have the wall block function. That's great. I think we're down the line, we're gonna want to create a more advanced system so we can have like specialty walls, or maybe like objective walls and stuff. We could also have that be in a separate array as well. But for right now, I'm gonna ignore that possibility. And what we're going to start with next is we are going... Honestly, okay, let's build out the wall creator function. So this is the function. This is what I've made before for the walls. And now let's do make... We'll do a function make wall x comma y. Whoa, what happened? That was weird. Let's save it just to be safe. I have some old BSP code and a map importer I made before I'm going to use for this jam. Okay. Be careful. They don't, usually game jams, I'm sure you already know this, but a lot of game jams have like restrictions on like what you can have, what you can bring in, or like previous work you can do. Just make sure you don't bring in anything that's too, they're going to step on their toes too much. Again, I'm sure you already know this. This is awesome that's more for me because I'm starting to like create more of my own, like my own stuff. So I'm already kind of like asking myself, hey, should I bring in my old code? Should I copy and paste this in? Simon Urlock's gameplay said, I had to wait a while for it to load. Oh, what were we waiting for, Simon Urlock's gameplay? Was there something to happen? Okay, dokie. Plus x times 8 plus v plus x times 8 plus this. Okay. We'll do red. There is a recursive code. It's like 50 lines. Yeah, I mean, as long as like something that's like in the background, you're not bringing in like actual game assets, or like I guess it's so weird because I understand what they're trying to do, like trying to preserve the call it the spirit of the game jam of being like a limited experience thing, but also they still want to be like reasonable for someone who has less skills or like can't code or make art and stuff as quickly. So they want people to be able to bring in like external stuff. I don't know, I understand it, but also I don't understand like what they're trying to do. Okay, we have the make wall function. And now I'm going to, let's like make wall 3, 3. Make wall 3, 4. Make wall 3, 5. Just for fun of it. Let's see how this looks. Let's see if it works. Yeah, look at it. 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5. And now I can get blocked. Yeah, there we go. Still got it. Okay. Next up. Wait, you guys cannot see what. Yeah. I keep forgetting to show you guys. 3, 3, 3. It doesn't feel the same now. I've already had the exciting moment. Now wow. I robbed you guys. Of that moment. Unfortunate. But yeah, I know. Okay, so I got it to work. So we have 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, and I can move up. I'm blocked, and I can move around this thing. But yeah, so we got this working. That's excellent. That's fantastic. Next up is we probably... Okay, so I think we're getting close to the point where maybe I should start talking about what we want the theme of this project to be. I think it's slowly becoming a topic of conversation that must be addressed. So what I'm thinking is, so let's go back to the game jam. So the game jam, the options are Infinity, the Endless, Ancient Ruins, Solitude, and Cosmic Horror. I think something that's like, so Infinity, the Endless, that kind of gives me the vibes of some kind of forever scroller. Some kind of game where you're like, the world is like constantly growing or whatever. Solitude, Ancient Ruins, and Cosmic Horror. Really dark themes, honestly. This is like a dark game jam. So, what we want to do is... So what I'm thinking is we're going to have a map that is procedurally generated. So it will extend to infinity, hence fulfilling that theme. And we're going to have it be in an ancient ruins that is inhabited by some kind of cosmic horror. And I don't know how we're going to bring in Solitude. I think Solitude, I don't know. Maybe we can add like a mechanic where you want to be alone, or the more alone you are, the better you are. I don't know. I think that's kind of a stretch. I think maybe Solitude. All we need, it says we need to incorporate at least one theme. So I think as long as we have one of these things, we're in the clear. And I think the one thing that I'm probably going to stick with is yeah, Infinity, the Endless, Ancient Ruins, Cosmic Horror. I think those kind of things kind of really mesh together really well. I think the Infinity, Ancient Ruins, Cosmic Horror, those are kind of like very, very like, those themes have strong affinity for each other. Again, I think Solitude is a maybe, but let's start with that. In their requirements, they say that we have to have first-person exploration at all times. We're obviously going to keep that. That's not a problem. Must have explorable locations. Yep, that's fine. Alano Asmes has to head out. Of course. Thank you for joining in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope to see you again. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, or I stream every day, so hopefully at some point you'll be back. If not, it was great having you. And again, I'm just putting it out there. We do have a Discord, so if you want to hang out and like make video games and stuff outside of stream, I'm always going to be there. But yeah, so the game must feature step movement. Yeah, we're doing that. 90-degree turns, we're doing that. Player-controlled character. Yeah, we have that. Basic stats. We can have like a health bar, or maybe like some kind of sanity bar or something. Win condition. Must have a death, perish, fail condition. But retain some progress is allowed. Some mechanic for determining outcome of certain situations. Clear, visible interpretation of at least one of the 4 themes. And everything else is just like, okay. Okay. So, what I'm thinking is this. So we have this ancient ruins that spreads off until forever, and there's a cosmic horror chasing you. So it's like, maybe we can like have like a mechanic where, I think one interesting thing we can do for it is the faster you move, or the more you move, the more attention you draw to yourself. So it's like a risk thing. We can like try to like balance that with you're trying to move quickly because you have like a health bar, like a time bar or something. You don't have a whole lot of time to accomplish the task. So I think that is gonna be the base of how we're gonna handle this game jam. Maybe we're going to have some kind of like objective. So we want to start a ritual or something. Because again, we're going for cosmic horror here. So maybe we have like certain elements we can collect. I don't want to like, I kind of want to make it as unique as possible. So I don't want to like kind of like make it too generic. So we'll have like some kind of objectives. And you're going to go around and try to go to the objectives. and like interact with them or whatever. Honestly, what I'm kind of thinking right now is maybe. So we have the dungeon crawler. We have like a maze, and we're trying to avoid some kind of cosmic horror. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we have some kind of crazy creature that is like going through the halls. We can have like, kind of like a blink mechanic where whenever you blink, the screen goes black. When you open your eyes again, you're going to be able to see a change in the environment. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So you'll see like a creature that's running through the halls, more or less. Okay, so right now we have this basic mechanic of this. Maybe, okay, for right now, let's just continue with this thing. Let's actually get the... let's get the first person element of this working. And then... and then we'll start worrying about everything else. I think that's the main objective we have here. I think actually, like right now, what we probably should do is we should start looking into creating the artwork, or at least the beginnings of the artwork. So what we want to do is we want to create a line. So this is like our perspective lines. And this should be probably... I do think it's a little bit too pixelated right now. Let's try undoing this a little bit. I think 128 by 128 is probably what we're looking at right now. So let's try this again. We'll do line. Oh God. Okay, I think 64 by 64. I take it back. 64 by 64. That looks reasonable. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create these perspective lines. And I think we're going to want this to be like... how many dots do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. This doesn't feel right, honestly. I'm sure there's a trick to actually getting this to be accurate. I'm not really familiar with what that trick is. I'm kind of eyeballing it right now, seeing if I can get something that looks more or less accurate. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. I think I like this one. And now let's do one more. I think that is pretty reasonable. So I'm going to start by saving this. Wall outline. I'm going to save it as a .piskel. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start creating. I guess we could just go immediately and just start building the behaviors we need. That's not a problem. I think the difficult thing is how are we going to... So we're going to have a fog of war. We're going to have fog of war to allow us to control how far away we can see this stuff. I'm guessing they're on 3 blocks. So I'm guessing, okay, so this is definitely like you're not going to see the block, one more block to this. But you might be able to see one block right here. Hello, meowletary. I'm going to call you Meow. I'll call you Meow, if that's okay with you. But welcome to the stream, Meow. So we're working on a game jam right now where I'm working to create a dungeon crawler that'll have this kind of aesthetic to it. And so far, we've already written some code for this. And the code we've written so far just more or less allows us to have this. We have this behavior done. So we have the positions and the behavior of an input-output of the character figured out. Next up is I need to convert this to a first-person game. And that's where this is coming in. So I'm creating these wall outlines that I can then take and hopefully create into data for blocks. Really basic, honestly. This isn't like a very complicated thing. So I think for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to start by building this and yeah. So you said I spent the past 6 months or so making 2D things, 3D and vice versa. So I'd probably be making it kind of like Minecraft. Yeah, I will say, we're not really going the Minecraft route because the game jam is very specific about only allowing like the fixed grid like motion and like moving 9-degree angles. It's very, very specific about it, so I can't really nudge that too much. But no, I mean, using the Minecraft like system of making it look 3D is definitely a way you can approach it. Okay, so I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to actually name these files based on, I need a pen or a pencil or something for this. Excuse me. I guess I did it in Notepad. So if the player is here, then we'll be able to see these blocks. Well, we'll see those blocks, those blocks. Okay, looking back at the so in the block in front of us, we can probably see the one to the left. Oh, whoops. To the left, one. Okay, but that's about as far as we can see there, I think. And then we can see 1, 2, 3 there. And then we can probably see 1, 2. Okay, so I think all of the blocks we can see. Crispal has to leave. Nice to have you. Hope to see you. Hope to see you tomorrow. If not, great having you in general. I'll do my best to have I'm probably not going to be streaming for much longer, anyways. Probably when you catch me next, you'll see I've barely moved the needle forward. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got a code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks total. Or block images total. I think that's what I'm going to work with right now. Okay, let's get this running. But yeah, no, if you'd like a link to the game jam of Meowletary, I'd be happy to provide it to you. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. So we're gonna save this file. I'm gonna export it actually. Export file. It's a PNG, and we'll just save it to my computer. No time to jam this weekend? Totally understandable. I think we have a week more for the game jam, so it isn't. We still have plenty of time. It's just an itch.io jam though, so it's Nothing too crazy. I literally just picked it up today because it was I completed the other big game jam that was running in this time period. Oh wait, did I? Let me take a look at the download. Yeah, okay, I messed it up. That is okay. Let's fix my mess up. I accidentally kept in the guidelines. Okay. Now let's bring it back. And now let us do the same thing, but for this square. Not gonna lie, I can already tell this is gonna look pretty bad, but it's okay. We'll do what we can with this, and we'll make it look better down the line. I think it's gonna be a texture problem. I think if we create like 3 textures and create like a very basic dialing of it, it should be look pretty good. I think we'll need like 3 textures to make it proper. Maybe. Actually, I'm kind of would it? We could do 4 textures, one for each side of the block, and then have rotations to kind of give it the illusion of uniqueness. Or we can have like 2 textures and keep it alternating in a way. I guess that way we can also have this a better idea of moving forward. Or maybe 3 textures would do better for that. This is definitely something I have to mess around with to do properly. But for right now, we'll do solid blocks because, yeah, I'm being smart that way. So let's remove the guidelines, export, download. Rinse, repeat. I guess we can just do this. And we can probably do that for this as well. Okay, so we got these 2. We can do this one right here. Okay. Oh, I forgot to remove this. Whoops-a-daisy. Export. We're going to like really clear out these files properly. So we got the ones directly in front of us. Now let's get the ones 1 layer down. I'm pretty sure that this, yeah, that's good. It's not a huge fan of how this looks. I think adding bars here would have made it look better. Maybe wireframe it. Maybe like wireframes would have made it look better. Look, wireframes could have also made it look more confusing though. I'm gonna keep running it this way, and then we can try out different things later. I think this is more of a proof of concept, anyways. Okay, so now we got all 3 of the 2 bars in front of us. Next up, we're going to do one last row. We're going to do 5 for this one. This is going to be the most difficult one because we're actually having a new lane. So let's first start with one furthest down. Oh, I forgot to remove the opacity on this. And then we're going to do this again, but right here. And I think we're gonna, I didn't actually put down the distance of this. I think it's gonna be 3 though. Yeah, it looks about right. I can already see how it's gonna look. I'm actually pretty happy with this so far. It's still not going to look great. It's still going to be super basic, but I can kind of see the vision. I'm not upset with it. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to keep my mouse here so I can mark that. Because, so we had this, and I'm going to mark this. It was 14, I believe, so. And now what we're going to do is we're going to build a line from here to there. From here to there. I don't like it. Oh, that doesn't look good. It looks so bad. Can you code the avatars that we can move them with our arrow keys? So that's complicated. So what I could do, and what I've been considering, is I can have the avatars as you see them on my stream connected to a separate client, like a website or something, that you guys could then control your avatars through. I was also considering, this is like a very theoretical idea, but there is a possibility that I could do something where instead of it being on my side and the avatars move around and everything, I might be able to create an extension that makes it an overlay over your screen. So it'll actually run on your computer and you can then move your arrow keys. That isn't as likely because there's a lot of restrictions because we do need a server to make this work. But I'm going to try that out. That would be a much more ideal solution, although probably a much more limited solution. The most basic solution is I just attach the avatars to the chat and you'll have like some commands you can do for them. And I have some ideas for that too. There's some stuff I want to do anyways in that route. But I don't know. It's complicated because I'm going to keep working on it, but it's going to be a slow process. I think by me doing these game jams and stuff and by doing these other projects, I'm learning tricks that I can then apply to this other passion project of mine. That's kind of the big vision of this. I don't like, I think this is my worst looking one so far. I'm not even sure if that's like, is that realistic? I guess it's kind of because I'm kind of like doing a simplified thing for this. So right now, what games do you have? You have basketball like you have before. You also have Battle Royale, which you've seen before. And there is another one that's like a boss battle thing. I haven't played it too much though. Apparently, I can run it for you guys. You can try to beat the boss or whatever. Let's wait until the Battle Royale is done, and then I'll give that a try. Okay, so I got all the files of this running. Now I'm going to go through my downloads and rename everything as needed. I'm going to delete this file. Zero left. One right. And then the other game that you guys can play is, well, I'll wait for the ad to finish first. I think the ad is over, so I will try. I think it's a boss. Yeah. Wait, you don't have the outlines on it? Okay. This one's 2 center. Two left. Three center. 3 center. 3 to right and probably 3 left. And then three leftist. Okay, so I got all the images, and I'm going to put them into my folder for this project. Okay, got all of them, put them into the dungeon folder. And with all of that being said and done, oh boy. Now we need to... Okay. So essentially, instead of me creating the images like I have before, I need to essentially overlay the images and create a mapping. I kind of want to push that until tomorrow. Just because I'm kind of getting a little bit tired and I feel like I'm not going to do my best work if I do this while I'm tired. So I'm going to let Aiden finish the fight unless he died. Oh, Aiden died. Okay, never mind then. I will say the bosses I think are meant for bigger streamers. I haven't really designed it for a single person raid. But thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for watching the stream and supporting me. This was an awesome stream. A lot of interaction. I really like talking to you guys. I really like teaching you guys. I really just enjoy being able to talk with other people who like coding. A game jammer that sleeps is overpowered. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. The thing is, I finished a game jam yesterday, and I'm already doing another game jam. I'm kind of like, I need to keep my mental health somewhat healthy. By the way, I'm okay with chatting for maybe 10 or so minutes. I'm not saying I'm going to close the stream right now, but I'm definitely going to stop the game development for the time being because I made a lot of progress. I think, again, I need to keep my mental health. If I like hardcore code for too long in a row, I'm going to drive myself insane. And again, we made some pretty good progress today. But yeah, so tomorrow we're going to start with where we left off, which is we're going to take all the images that I created. And we're going to take that and we're going to take my mapping and create the visuals we need for the first person movement. Meowliterary said, for me, it's the regular health that gets in the way. That's also very fair. I will say, I haven't been talking about it much today because it hasn't been bothering me as much today. I've been getting more used to it. But like 3 days ago, or 2 days ago, probably 2 days ago, 2 days ago, I sliced my hand pretty bad. Not sure if you guys can see it on stream. But I sliced my... Get down from over there. Get down. There we go. So I sliced my hand pretty bad. I'm not sure if you guys can see it very well. Focus. Yeah, so my hand's like sliced pretty deep right here. Like it kind of got sliced like by a metal piece of sheet metal like this. And right now my these fingers are like stuck together. So I don't really have like, I can't really, I'm basically typing with like 4 fingers on this hand. I'm like normally stuff that I do with like all 5 fingers, like the shift keys and like the far keys, I have to like move my 4th finger to like handle those. I can't like extend my pinky past that point. Yeah, it's a common shop injury, unfortunately. It's definitely like an injury that again, I mean, like I worked in like I used to do hardware for a robotics team back when I was in high school, so I don't think I ever got like this injured in high school, but I've seen it before. I mean, like back in whatchamacallit. I mean, college had robotics as well, but again, didn't really get injured there. Although I've gotten close before. I've definitely had stuff that I've done, which is like in retrospect, really dumb. In the moment, felt awesome. But yeah, so I mean, like again, this is not like I'm not saying like, oh, whoa me, I'm injured. But again, I have to like. Again, I have to keep my fingers connected, or else if I like splay my fingers, it hurts real bad, and also like the wound opens up, it starts bleeding and all that stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with my hand, and it just slows me down. Just like you'd think it wouldn't slow you down, but like when you're coding really quickly, you make so many errors because you're just not used to having that like inhibition. Like you're like, because I'm used to typing like really quickly, and I've been looking at the keyboard, but like if you look carefully, if you watch my stream, you'll notice that there's a lot of times where I need like delete, and kind of like try to fix it. Live, learn, regret said new fear unlocked. Meowlitary said, fell on my hand a while back, couldn't open doors, but all my mousing muscles were okay. Yeah, again, it's not like a muscle thing or anything. I know your case is different. Like in your case, you fell on your hand and you were unable to open doors. But like in my case, it's like literally this finger, I've blocked it from moving away from my 4th finger. So like my hand is like doesn't have like as far like stretch anymore. Like cause like this hand, if you compare my hands, there we go. Compare my hands, I can't really like reach the keys I normally would reach with my hands. So Simon Roblox Gameplay is asking me if I know how to code a sim of some kind. Looking at it right now. It's really cool, actually. I'm wondering how they... I don't know how they're doing it exactly. If you look closely, you'll notice that there's like a lot of like little dots on the screen. So I'm guessing the way they're doing it is they're taking basic physics, and I think they're like defining like vector, like basically like the direction of wind in certain areas and like having a particle effect on it. It's really pretty, like really pretty. Looking at it, it does look like they're doing. There are some simplifications. I'm seeing their vortexes all look very, very identical. Let me see if I can actually look at how their God works. Okay, God works. They wrote down God in their code. So they're doing it via Canvas. Okay, I can actually look at their script. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so it's a lot of. It is a lot of code. I think I'm not. So the thing is, okay, I can see. Okay, so I was right about that. Interesting. So some of the, like stuff like this that's more like specific, like fluid and so on, like this kind of behavior. While I think I could make my own version of it. I'm fairly confident that there is a better way of doing it than I know. I'd have to like research papers, like stuff like this, like stuff that's like AI or like fluid dynamics or shaders and stuff like that. Normally, the way how you'd go around doing it is you'd find a research paper, you'd look at previous research, you find a good algorithm, and then you implement the algorithm. Also, so Live, Learn, Regret, and Simon Roblox Game Player is asking why are you floating? I think I actually know this. The sprite for the rat is like the collision box is actually below his feet. It's again another problem with stream avatars. But yeah, the rat like the collision box is around a rat and it isn't exactly on the bottom. Also, I can just chuck you around. I'll probably like nuke you all. Here, how about this? I'm gonna like make a container. And I'm gonna put Simon into the container. No, stay in the container. And I'll fill the container with bombs. Stay in there. No! Okay, whatever. You went off the screen? Yeah. No, I can also like slingshot you guys. Oh, let me. That slingshot isn't working too good. Honestly, this tool isn't that bad. I like stream avatars for what it is. It is such a good tool. I will say this is also just me, and maybe I'm wrong about this. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about this, but it definitely doesn't feel like in the state that it is. It doesn't really feel like $10. I don't know if I can slingshot a bomb. Let's see if I can slingshot. I can't slingshot a bomb. What is the biggest stream avatar? I think the biggest one that I have right now is a Totoro. I'm pretty sure he's the biggest sprite. Totoro. He's a Studio Ghibli character. No, I think stream avatars is an excellent thing, and a lot of people love it. So I think it's a good product. No, like it's a great product. And I think whoever made it probably made a good deal of money on it because a lot of streamers use it. I've seen some big streamers use it too. So I think it's an excellent product. I just, okay, honestly, actually, I bought it, so I don't think I'm in a good place to say that it isn't worth $10. Because obviously, I think enough people have enough use of it. Again, really, I think where for me it feels like the $10 goes away, and like it feels like I'm not happy with it, is the stuff that I feel like bigger streamers don't care about. I don't think bigger streamers care about like deeper interactions and gamifications and stuff. They just want to like have a way to put viewers on screen, like control them slightly and have like some very bare bones, just like a visual indicator of chat. I think that's all that a big streamer would really care about. And this does that perfectly. So, and again, if you're only on Twitch, it makes a lot of sense to have that. No, I think Call Me Aiden already got Totoro. Although it does look, I think it feels like he's the biggest because it's like the widest. Maybe like I don't know who the actual like tallest one is. But the one that Aiden has right now is Totoro. So it's Totoro. I'd love to see the actual like detailed algorithm for this. But anyways, I can definitely feel my mind getting tired, so let's call it. Tomorrow we'll do a lot more. Tomorrow we're gonna have a lot more fun. We're gonna finish the game jam, or at least finish the portion of the game jam that we've been talking about. I hope to see you all tomorrow. If not, I'll see you when I see you next. We have quite a few viewers today, actually. That's a relatively new thing. So we will be raiding someone tonight. Does anybody have a raid request on Twitch? Does anybody have anybody we wanna go after? I also have some options too, but I will prioritize people who you guys would like to go to. I'll give you guys like a minute to decide if there is someone you want to raid. Yeah, no, I saw Jay Chili was live. He was definitely one of my top picks. If no one else had anybody, can I link something in your chat? Yeah, I can look. I can look at your As long as it's not malware, I'm okay with links being in my chat for the most part. I probably shouldn't say that, but okay, I will allow it this one time. Let's take a look at this dungeon crawler. I've seen this before. No, I've seen that video before. I think I saw it on TikTok, actually. I'm not sure where it first originated from, but that is pretty funny. I don't think I'm gonna go for that art style. I generally like more like heavy abstractions on pixel art, but that is a way you can go. You can definitely take, IRL photos and stuff and like animate them. That is definitely something you can do. Man, I'm so tired. I'm slurring my words. I can barely stay awake. But anyways, I guess we probably should just the usual end of stream thing. If you haven't already and you enjoy the content, you want to watch future streams, you just want to get notified of my streams, consider dropping a follow on Twitch or subscribing on YouTube. Greatly appreciated, and never required, but you'll get notified of future streams, and just it helps support the channel. Additionally, if you'd like to have more direct access to me and my community, and just have access after hours, or talk about coding, or do contests, or just in general hang out with me and the channel, we do have a Discord. The Discord is linked on the Twitch and the YouTube. It'll be in the bio, description, whatever. I'd recommend joining it. A lot of fun stuff there. Again, never required. Just I also, whenever I start streaming or I do anything, I notify. I'm really bad at most social media, but I've been getting better at Discord, surprisingly. That I'm actually starting to post there. So if you really want to get access to everything I make, post, create, I put my GitHub files or my GitHub links there. I put my itch.io releases there. I update you guys on everything. And usually whenever there's any feedback to be had, I listen whenever you post anything there. So I also put polls there for future stuff on stream. So if you want to have more impact on the stream, that's the place to go. All that being said and done, today we're going to be rating J Chili. So J Chili is a long time someone we've rated before. We've known him for a very long time. Just give him my regards, say hi. He's awesome. Definitely look up to him as a streamer. He is currently streaming Asphodelos, The Third Circle, Savage, something along those lines. I don't know. Seems like an interesting game. Seems some kind of MOBA, I think. Not entirely sure. I will rest well, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. The raid has begun. Again, thanks everybody for watching. I hope to see you guys again. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope you guys learned something. Maybe, perhaps. And yeah, just stay awesome. Say hi to J Chili, and I don't know, take care of yourselves. Tell somebody, say something nice to somebody. Say something nice to somebody today or something, or tomorrow. I don't even know anymore. I'm too tired. Bye-bye.